SEQUOIA, Socio-Economic Impact Assessment for Research Projects. In today's socio-economic environment, there is increased pressure on funding bodies to demonstrate that resources are spent in the most effective and efficient manner. The Europe 2020 flagship initiative, Innovation Union, also suggests reforms in innovation systems to get more value for money. With increased economic constraints, translation of value from research into economic growth is more important than ever. So what can research projects do to promote socio-economic growth? The aim of the SEQUOIA support action is to help projects in the software as a service and Internet of Services space to maximize their socio-economic impact. By socio-economic impact, we mean a combination of monetizable and non-monetizable outputs. Because we don't have the luxury of measuring these outputs a few years after the end of the projects, in most cases we talk about potential impact. Despite this constraint, we have developed a methodology that helps projects assess their socio-economic impact and, therefore, maximize this impact. During SEQUOIA, we were delighted to have been able to work with the Call 1 and 5 Software as a Service and Internet of Services projects. We found that the projects that rated highest in the self-assessment methodology displayed a higher capability of targeting user needs, optimizing resource usage, and disseminating their outputs. Let's take a look at some of those who rated highest. SEQUOIA was a network of excellence aimed at establishing integrated multidisciplinary research. It sought to better align research in the field of service-oriented computing and establish well-trained European students and postgrads. It also sought to improve user satisfaction and increase the availability of up-to-date information about novel trends in service systems. In line with its aims, SEQUOIA was found to produce scientific knowledge that will impact not only the research communities but also the students, diffuse its knowledge, offer access to research results and integrate well with research communities, and impact on the social capital of the partners, thereby strengthening the sustainability of the project. Mosaic assumes its remit the development of an open source platform aimed at reducing development costs for software engineers by providing more attractive Internet as a Service services for platform as a service and software as a service providers, particularly those who are SMEs. The SEQUOIA self-assessment methodology found the Mosaic project to be an exponent of best practice as it improved the competitiveness of the sector thanks to the reduction of vendor and cloud provider lock-in, shared knowledge with the scientific communities and potential users, and strengthened the relationships of the partners with research institutes as well as economic actors. Cumulonimbo is a STREP dedicated to highly scalable transactional multi-peer platform as a service. Its aims included transforming researcher understanding of scaling transactions, attracting new clients for service providers, and simplifying services for infrastructure providers and telco operators. Cumulonimbo was found to be an exponent of best practice in its impact on employment rate and working routines, and the creation of a highly scalable transactional system for the cloud. Socios, exploiting social networks for building the future Internet of Services, is also a STREP. The main objective of Socios is to build a layer exposing the functionality of a variety of social networks. The use of the project's outputs should allow citizens and end users to get involved in the business value chain. SEQUOIA found that from a social point of view, the project will have an important impact in terms of knowledge sharing and will support wider access to ICT services for all citizens, particularly through social networks. i2web, also a STREP, aims to develop future Internet services that are inclusive of disabled and older persons. It seeks to enable citizens to easily compose, share and use internet-linked services and engage in the mainstream future internet. The SEQUOIA self-assessment found that i2web responds to several of the goals of the European Digital Agenda 2020 and will have an interesting policy impact at national and local level regarding e-accessibility. It is our hope that the SEQUOIA self-assessment methodology will become a European standard and that ongoing and future research projects will adopt and apply the methodology after the end of this support action. We have developed a how-to guide to enable you to apply the self-assessment methodology to your project on your own. SEQUOIA, helping you maximize the socio-economic impact of your research project.